In this video, I'll be showing you exactly how to use AI to make UGC for Facebook ads. So my name's Carroll. I'm the founder of Your Globe, a 7-figure performance creative and growth marketing agency. And at our agency, we produce over 1,000 ad creatives every single month. And this would not be possible without using AI. So as you can see on screen here, these are the 4 apps that we use day in, day out to help us produce AI UGC to be ran on Facebook and to be scaled. So these are basically an increasing range of importance, all the way starting off from improving audio quality, to generating AI audio, to building an AI creative strategist, to generating AI images, all the way to actually generating net new UGC from AI and using AI. So in this video, I'll be walking you through these 5 apps, basically how we use them, how you can set them up, and how you can start from after this video using these apps to create your own AI UGC to be ran on your Facebook ads to help you scale further. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So starting off, we're going to start off with number 1, obviously, and this is Adobe Podcast. Now this is a really simple one. Basically, what this is this allows you to upload audio files and basically just improve the clarity of it. And this is something that I see advertisers not put enough weight on in terms of the quality of the audio. Because in a piece of direct response ad creative, you can only hit the audience 2 ways, visually and hourly. And you need to perfect both, and you need to put, as much emphasis on the visuals as you can, which is what most people focus on, but not enough people actually focus on the aural side of things. So whether this is for a direct response ad, whether it's for a longer style VSL, whatever it is, you can just upload this, and then you can just, change this gradient here or this filter, basically depending on how bad the audio quality is and how much the AI has to go ahead and improve that audio. So where we use this is when we're actually working with creators, when we get voiceovers back or, audio back, and we need to use this in ads. If the audio isn't where it needs to be or it doesn't hit our internal standards, then we can go ahead, upload it to this Adobe Podcast. We can, vary the strength depending on how poor the audio quality of the actual clip is, and then we can, generate that superior quality clip, download it, and then we can just go ahead and use it in the rest of the editing process. So this one is a really simple one. It's just about getting the quality of your audio as good as humanly possible. So moving on to number 2 then, this is about using 11 Labs. Now, I'm sure most of you would have heard about 11 Labs, the power of it, let's say, but I actually have a really cool trick to show you guys that you may not have tried before. So 11 Labs is basically AI voiceovers, so you can generate net new voiceovers, so like, something that didn't exist in the past, you can, text it in here, generate the speech. Now, this is obviously so powerful because if you have, stock footage or B-roll, you can basically make ad angles ad infinitum, because if you have the core B-roll, you can create completely different angles by generating new voiceovers and just having a different text overlay in the post-production side of things when you're editor or working on the clips, let's say. So yeah, we use this every single day. It's one of the best apps that we use. It's extremely reliable, and there just are a few small tricks that you can actually use and to change up a bit to get the highest quality output, let's say, because it can be a small bit finicky. You do need to play around with the settings, but I can just save you a bit of time here and show you what settings we use internally. So yeah, you can create like custom voices. So you can set up like custom voices in the background and just make sure they're as good as or the highest quality as possible. They do have some like presets, but I've personally found that when you create the custom voice, you can choose the clearest quality of audio, and it just sounds a bit more realistic. The ones that they have there are just basically, yeah, from internal testing, we split tested it when we were actually testing ads, etc. And actually using like real human voices and like cloning those, we've just found there to be a better final output, let's say, when producing audio from those types of clips and those type of voices when selecting in 11 Labs. So basically, yeah, what you do is you can text in whatever you want here, or whatever you want to generate here. As you see, I just have a really basic hook. Now, the trick that I was telling you is that the AI side of things, how they're trained, is someone reading from a book. So, or like someone reading a few lines or a few sentences, and that's how these voices are trained in the background. So a really easy trick you can do is, let's say instead of just having like 3 reasons why you should not buy X, what you can do is put it in brackets, and then at the end put like she said in an enthusiastic way. Now, obviously, this is dependent on what the theme or the style of the actual ad is. So it could be in an angry way, in a frustrated way, whatever it is. The theme of your ad or what message you're trying to relay, let's say. But this is just like a really effective way that we found to increase the realism of it. It just sounds so much more authentic, and we found the AI voice actually puts a lot more emotion into it, and it just sounds a lot more real when we just do this really slight trick. Now, the only thing is, obviously, when you generate this, it's going to say like 3 reasons why you should not buy X. She said in an enthusiastic way. So it's something to keep note of, is your editors are going to have to cut that section in the post-production side of things. But, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't take that long. And it does result in a higher quality output in terms of the voices. So what you can also do, there's some settings you can play around with. So generally, we try to, in terms of stability, I can just give you some insights into what settings that we found to work best, so you can just see them for yourselves. So in terms of stability, we generally try to keep it in the range of like 26 to 40%. So like, if the voice is too monotonous, if the voice is too monotonous and you have it close to 40, maybe try bring it down to try have a bit more variance in it, make it seem a bit more realistic, let's say. And in terms of similarity, we've generally found this one, the best ranges between like 25, 30, and 40. That's usually where we keep it between. And the style exaggeration is usually down to 0%. We've just found that, it doesn't have much of an effect. It's better just turning that off. And then the speaker boost is on. So that's generally the settings that we use. So you can just play around with these. Obviously, you have a certain amount of credits in 11 Labs, so you can just generate it. And, it is worth the effort to get these, get these right, let's say. If you need to like regenerate it, like play around with the settings, because they need to be perfect. They need to be like super realistic and super understandable. So if you have to like, regenerate a clip 4 or 5 times to be able to get the audio right and make it seem realistic, it's worth the effort. And yeah, another point to note is that I just have a really short hook here. So if you are actually going ahead and generating a long script, sometimes the AI can actually bug out. So by the time it gets halfway through the script, it starts like glitching out and making weird noises. So then what we do in those cases, if like, it can't generate the script fully, is that we can just break up the script. Whether you want to break it up into 2 parts, 3 parts, whatever it is, just break up that script, generate in like 2 or 3 different audio clips. And then you can just provide that to the editors and just tell them, look, it's going to be clip 1, clip 2, clip 3, rather than just one solid clip. And that's just something that we found internally to that actually helps overcome any like the glitchiness or issues when you're generating a really long script. So yeah, 11 Labs is absolutely great. We use it every single day, and yeah, definitely try out this quick trick to see how you find it. So yeah, moving on to point number 3. This is typing mind. So basically, I've already made an in-depth YouTube tutorial on this. It should be the previous video. So basically, what this allows you to do is create an AI creative strategist. So you can create a bot on the back end. You can train it on direct response. You can train it on the brand information. So, about the brand, the target customer, etc., etc. You can save certain prompts. So you can like generate prompt templates, let's say, and like save them here to save a lot of time. And basically this just acts as an AI creative strategist. It just gives you complete leverage in ideation and coming up with scripts, etc., etc. It just gives you or whatever creative strategist you have in your team complete leverage just to help with the whole ideation and the creative process, let's say. So this is a really, really powerful one. And just where like AI is at the minute, it's only like 80% of the way there in terms of the output, in terms of like the ideation, the script writing, etc. But it does speed up that process so much, because getting to that 80% is so much quicker. And then just it needs a little bit of human refinement at the end just to make sure the output is as good as possible. So yeah, as I said, I have a full 22-minute tutorial already done on this. So if you want to know how to, sign up to Typing Cloud, go ahead and build these creative strategist bots, and actually how to use these creative strategist bots to go ahead and create new ads and create new winning angles, then go ahead and watch that video, and you should have all the information that you need on that side of things. So yeah, that's Typing Cloud, a really, really powerful one as well. So number 4 then is Midjourney. So I'm sure all of you guys have heard of Midjourney before. It's based off a Discord server. So I know they're coming out with a new website soon enough. I think it's an alpha or beta stage, but for the minute, how it's mostly used is through a Discord server. And basically what this allows you to do is generate AI images. So you can just generate a prompt. So how it works is you have to, you sign up to Midjourney, you link it to your Discord account, and you go in the server and you can basically generate images. And how it works is just you can type, whoops, that's a mistake. You can just type /imagine, enter your prompt, and then you can just generate whatever images you'd like. So as you can see, I was like playing around here just to be able to show the power of this, let's say. So as of now, you can't obviously generate videos with it. There's not going to be AI videos, it's just statics. But something that we do is, if there's like, let's say if we need to demonstrate before and after, or we need to show like, basically like a static image or else an actual custom B-roll, we can actually use Midjourney to generate those. So in terms of the static image, it's quite simple. You can generate two opposite ends, so like, a positive and a negative, and demonstrate that. Or like, if you're trying to, demonstrate, if you're working with a food brand or running ads for a food brand trying to sell a CPG product, you can, show it in a very nice light, let's say, a very appealing light, let's say, as if it's shot in a studio. But what we actually which works extremely well, is we can create custom B-roll. So we can come into Midjourney, we can generate whatever image that we would like to generate, and then we take that static image, we apply motion graphics to it, motion effects using the apps online, and then we can actually have custom B-roll for that. So we can chop and change different ads, different settings, etc., and we can change that like custom made like static image, let's say, and apply those motion graphics to it so it flows and it fits along in a video. So that's something that we use internally that helps when you're in a pinch. It's not our go-to option, but if we're in a pinch or we don't have exact footage, or like, let's say the file is corrupted or something like that, it can be a good go-to, let's say, a good kind of fallback to be able to create that custom B-roll. So how Midjourney works then, so once you get set up in your actual in your Midjourney channel, so you can just go ahead and, like, as I showed you before, it's a / imagine for the prompt, and you can just hear that I was playing around with. So I just wanted to, let's say if you own a D2C brand who sells products that helps men, fight dandruff and, gets rid of dandruff. Basically, I just wanted to create an image of, someone showing off a close-up of dandruff, so you could show, like, the problem state, let's say. So this is what you don't want, or if you're like telling the story in an actual ad, like, no, this is a failed solution. Let's say they tried previous shampoos and, like, it only made my dandruff worse. So basically you can go in, as you can see here. So the prompt I did was iPhone shot of a 33-year-old American male with dandruff. Only show the top of his head with him looking down and not his face. So as you can see here, the results are extremely realistic. They're extremely good. And then how it works is, if you're happy with any one of these four and you want to upscale them, or you want to like use that image, you click one of the U buttons. So as you can see, I was happy with number 2. I think this is the best one of these, let's say. So I upscale that. But if you want to like create more variations, if you're not fully happy with how this products look at the minute, you can go ahead and you can click these versions buttons. So let's say if version number 4 here, that's what closest to what I had in mind or what I was looking for, but I wanted 4 variations that are closer to that. I would then click V4, and then I would create 4 variations of this picture, and then it would generate those variations that I could generate more variations from that, or upscale, whichever one I'm happy with. But yeah, that's how you do it. So you can like iterate on it slightly to find or generate the image that you're exactly happy with and the exact one that you're actually looking for. So yeah, as you can see, the output is pretty realistic. The reason why I said only showing the top of his head and with him looking down and not his face is because the output from this is extremely realistic. Where sometimes it can mess up a bit is like when it's showing detailing in the face, because there's so many nuances when generating a face. Now, it is getting a lot better. When I first started generating using Midjourney, like 4 or 5 months ago, the output was pretty crappy, but it's getting better and better, and the faces are getting more realistic. But it is just easier to remove that variable, let's say. And for this case, if you're a brand that's providing a solution for dandruff, you don't need to show the face. You want to focus on the problem, let's say, and the problem that the person is having. So yeah, as you can see, this is extremely powerful, both for generating images that you don't have on file, whether it's like replicating studio shots or whatever it is, or even as I was suggesting there, as we do internally, to create custom B-roll. This is extremely effective as well, and can be used as static ads, and then obviously in your UGC as well, to be used as custom B-roll. So then coming back then, so finally onto ARC ads. So this is the one that is the creme de la creme. This is basically generating completely net new UGC using AI. So let me go on to the app here. So I just have an account here using this is just ArcAd set up, and basically how it works is you can set up different folders, etc. You put in your prompt. I just used the same prompt as we had in 11 Labs just for congruency, but basically you can choose different actors to actually go ahead and say these lines, let's say. So if we go here, as you can see, I have the script already in, and then we can go ahead and select different actors to actually choose from. So obviously this depends on your demographic and who you're targeting. So Do you sell to males over 45? Do you sell to females between 20 and 25, let's say? Obviously, you can like pick and choose here. There's almost like a menu of creators, let's say, for lack of a better word. You can go ahead. You can even use these filters up in the top. So any like new creators that were added, any males, any females, any young adults, any seniors, etc., etc. You can, if you hover over them as well, you can get a preview of them speaking and what it actually sounds like. And yeah, ArcAds is something that we use quite a lot as well, and is extremely powerful, basically to create mashups. Because before I go and generate these, one thing I wanted to say, especially for ArcAds, is if you generate, let's say, like a 30 second to 1 minute video, it won't be fully realistic to be ran as an ad. It's not there yet. It might be in a few months, but right now it's just not there yet. So what that means is if there's like an extended clip of, you know, these AI characters speaking to camera, you can tell it's AI. It's not fully on point and it's not fully realistic. However, what we're noticing working extremely well in our account is mashups. And basically what this means is concepts that have multiple different creators in them, multiple different faces. So it just leverages that social proof side of things. And, you know, it helps people relate to, you know, if you use demographic, let's say an African American or a Caucasian or an Asian person or something like that. Let's say like each one of those can, like a person from each of those demographics can watch that ad and say, oh, this will work for me. Because that's one of the main questions that people have is like, oh, I like this product. It seems like it could work, but would it work for me? So it both, like, you know, helps people understand that this product will work for them and also leverage that social proof. And they're just two main advantages of the mashup side of things. Now, the reason why these are mainly used for mashups is that when used in isolation or for really quick cuts, they're actually quite powerful. So if they're used in combination with, let's say, like, you know, real life UGC that we've generated for our partners, and we just want to, you know, let's say get a mashup in round 1 or round 2, or test a different mashup, like iterate on a winning concept. So let's say if we have a single creator concept that's winning and we want to iterate on it with different creators and turn it into a mashup, then we can come into 11 Labs and generate that style of content, let's say, and that style of concept. So yeah, that's where it's like really powerful, like those. Not like using the full 30 seconds or the full script, let's say, but just having like short clips from each of these creators, and it's nearly impossible to tell the difference when done in that style. So, so going ahead there, let's just choose one of these. So let's just choose Charlotte here, which is one of the female examples. We click next, we can generate video. Let's generate, and yeah, this is in process and generating using the script that we were using. So I'm just going to pause the video now, and I'm going to come back when this video is fully generated, and we can see what the final result is like. Okay, so that was a little longer than expected. I think that the server was a bit slow, but anyway, as you can see, the video was generated. It's quite a short one. Usually we put full scripts in here that generates these characters, but yeah, I just wanted to keep it nice and short just for the purpose of this video, just to be used in this example. So as you can see here, let me just maximize it, and we can just play it here. So I'm not sure you can hear the audio, just what way I have the screen share set up. I don't think you can actually hear this, but I just wanted to play it through anyways, just so you can see it. So as you can see, if you look at the actual mouth, so if you're really paying attention, if you're really looking closely, it does look a bit off. It doesn't look doesn't look fully realistic. You can tell there's something up. So as you can imagine, if there was like a full 30-second ad or 45-second ad, like it just wouldn't work. It's just like it's not there yet. The quality isn't there yet. But if this is using a mashup of, let's say, 4 or 5 different creators, different faces, and just in really quick cuts, you can see how effective this would be, and how it, like the end viewer wouldn't be able to catch on, and it would have the desired effect. So yeah, once you put in your script, then once you generate with one actor, you can generate with as many actors as you like. Each generation just costs 1 credit. That's how the app actually works. But yeah, it does take a little bit of playing around with in terms of the scripting, which actors are actually the best one, in terms of picking out which ones are best. We've done a lot of trial and error to find the best ones that we actually use. But yeah, as you can see, this is extremely powerful. I know the UGC is on the rise. Everyone seems to be using it, and the power to be able to generate this style of content completely using AI, just using a few credits, putting in an input and then selecting your actor is it's so extremely powerful. And because mashups are what's working right now, the ability to be able to do this, to create mashups, from nothing, realistically you could create a mashup just using AI actors. Now it wouldn't be as effective, but the possibility is there, and it just makes making those mashups so much easier. The impact is so much lower because it just requires so much less effort, and just gives you so much room for maneuvering, let's say. So yeah, have a play around with this. Find the settings what work for you, find the actors that work best for your brand. But this one is the most powerful of the lot, because you can generate, as I said, AI exactly from scratch, from just putting in a few lines of text. And yeah, it'll be very interesting to see where this goes over the next few months. Like, I know ArcAds isn't around that long. I've been talking to their founder. It hasn't been around years and years. It's only around a few months, and it's only going to get better from here and more accurate, let's say. So yeah, going back to the Miro board, if we have a look, so we've gone ahead and gone through all of them at this stage. So we've gone through steps 1 to 5. So Adobe Podcast, which improves the overall audio side of things, so you can improve the quality of the audio. 11 Labs, where you can generate net new audio from scratch. Typing Mind, which you can use to build out your own AI creative strategist. Midjourney, which you can generate custom B-roll and AI generated statics. And then ArcAds, from which you can actually generate net new AI UGC, which is extremely powerful. And obviously, looking at this and all of these 5 points and all these 5 apps, you can use them all in combination. They don't have to be in isolation. You can't only use ArcAds. You can't only use 11 Labs. Let's say, okay, you set up your creative strategist on Typing Mind. You generate some custom B-roll on Midjourney, let's say, using motion graphics as well. You generate some AI UGC using ArcAds, and you put all the audio in the Adobe Podcast to be able to improve that side of things as well. So all these can be used in combination. They're not mutually exclusive, and all these can be used in different ways, shape, and form for you to be able to use AI to actually make UGC for Facebook ads. And one of the biggest elements and most important elements of ad creative in this day and age for Facebook is quantity. And obviously the quality needs to be there, but quantity is so important, because you just need to test so much to be able to find winners, to be able to scale behind. And by using these 5 apps in combination, it just helps, it helps increase the amount of output that you can actually have, and just provides you complete leverage, and helps you test an awful lot more. And if you test more, you have more learnings, you have more winners, and then you have more scale, and hopefully more money for you. So yeah, hopefully you got some value from this. If you want help setting up any of this for your brand or your agency, all my links should be below this video. So if you have any interest, you can go ahead and click those links and find out a little bit more. There's no pressure if not. But other than that, I hope you took a lot of value from this. So yeah, this has taken a lot of trial and error on our side to figure out, in terms of, we spent a lot of money on different AI apps to try find the best ones, and these 5 are without doubt the best ones, and we use these every single day at our agency to produce over 1,000 ad creatives every single month for our brands to help find new winning ads. So once again, I hope you took a lot of value from it. Hopefully you can start applying these learnings and use these apps right after this video. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.